Post have obtained WhatsApp chat logs involving some of the most wealthy and influential people in the United States working together to influence media coverage, politicians, and even university presidents on Israel, the war on Gaza, and the university protests. Now, let's talk a little bit about what this group is, who consists of this group, and what their main goals are. So according to the Washington Post, which again obtained these chat logs and reported on some of the details, the group was formed shortly after the October 7th Hamas attacks in Israel. Members of this chat are even coordinating with various Israeli government officials and have even attended some private briefings with these officials. So the names that were specified in the reporting included the former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, Benny Gantz, who of course is the member of the Israeli War Cabinet, and another individual that they had private briefings with is Israel's ambassador to the United States, Michael Herzog. Now, members of this chat group also coordinated for screenings of the footage that IDF soldiers had compiled from October 7th. They turned it into a 40-plus minute film titled Bearing Witness to the October 7th Massacre. And they wanted to screen the film at universities. And Ackman, who was actually part of, Steve Ackman, who's one of the individuals who's part of this group, succeeded in getting Harvard to screen the film. Now, titled Israel Current Events, the chat eventually expanded to about 100 members. The chat log shows more than a dozen members of the group appear on Forbes' annual list of billionaires. Others work in real estate, finance, and communication. So I think that description is important to kind of understand just how influential these individuals are. These are people who have really succeeded in their career path. They've got resources to burn, and they want to use those resources to influence the conversation and policy that has to do with the war in Gaza and some of these protests that have been popping up on university campuses. So I want to give
all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule Great Millstone well. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abba. And this shows you that they are confederate against the Israelite, because the Israelite, the true prophets, which start with the leadership and brethren of Great Millstone.
Give you a few specific examples.
They're gonna come down with wrath, with great wrath, knowing that they have but a short time, as well as they're gonna try and cause a famine of the word. It tells you in Amos 8. Amos 8. And really it's the Lord that's going to do it through them, so that when he destroys these 2/3 that despise the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they won't be showing no mercy during their judgment. It's Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh's power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, which is the Holy Scripture, and you hear it through the prophet's mouth, which the prophet that is in the spirit of prophecy is testifying of Yahweh Shai. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, talking about the Israelites that are deemed the foolish. They're going to be seeking this truth when we won't be found. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and it shall not be found. And it shall not, and it says, it shall not find it. It shall not find it. Why will they not find it? Because the Lord's going to remove us from doing this work. Alright, and he's going to use Esau, the wicked, which brings forth famine. And as you saw that woman, she she was showing the people that were funding these movements to shut up people speaking against the counterfeits that is in the Holy Land. It is 2nd Esdras, what was it? 2nd Esdras 15, and it says in 5, Behold, saith the Lord. So once again, the Lord is doing this. I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, that so-called white race, which they're a weapon of mass destruction, which they bring forth famine, death, and destruction, which eventually they got a great sword, the nuclear missile, which they'll use after they make that implantable microchip mandatory for buying and selling. They're going to use it, and it's going to be used on their own heads. It's going to destroy America, and it's going to destroy the land of what you know as today as the land of Israel. Alright? Because there's a great judgment for the wicked and them that do wickedly. And that starts with the so-called white race, the devil, the red devil the Bible speaks of, Esau, Edom, the other nations, the heathen, and then even 2/3 that are in America of the nation of Israel, because they're in love with the heathen and they go in the way of the heathen, and they're covering themselves with the leaves of these trees of the heathen. I mean, they believe in their false doctrines, and the way they show it is they're going to take that implantable microchip to be able to go to work, to be able to buy and sell, to be able to drive, right? And woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help. Alright? Because America, spiritual Egypt, and spiritual Sodom is going to be destroyed just like ancient Sodom. From fire from heaven, this time it's going to be nuclear missile.